Mic's on. My mic's on. My mic's on. I forgot to put my mic on. Hi, everybody. What's up? So, yeah, we're going to do a quick news update. So, I don't even... Hold on. I'm laughing at what Eric said. I don't know if you're trying to take a jab at me. What's up, Anna, our member here? Okay. How do you got the little yellow star? I forgot about that. What that means. Okay. All right. All right. And Alexi, Sun Dormant, and Michael, and who else? That's it. Over there on my chat. I think we're also on Twitch, as well as Kick is finally working. So we're on Kick. So we're on a lot of places today. Didn't you have a show, Tree of Logic? My first channel was called Tree of Logic. I'm not laughing at, like, yeah, I still go by Tree of Logic. Damn, I need some more water. And I got booty shorts on. Okay. Well, we'll see. I might not take, I may have to take some, like, small. Google charged me $5 first month for your show. Now it's $4.99. Okay. Mary, it's okay, baby. It's just a penny. Are you literally crying about a penny? Okay, I don't understand. I don't have a problem with it. Why do you have a problem with it? I'm the one getting paid a penny less. I know, honey, but if you really want to do right by me financially, YouTube is the last platform you need to support. You know, the best place to support me, where I get most of my money, Patreon, Stream Elements, Kickbot, and also my website, where you can sign up every month for that. Now, if you're just looking for it, now I know what you're doing. You're signing up so you can get those shows that I do on Monday and Thursday. And so if that's the case, then my Patreon, every video that you see on my membership section is also on my Patreon, but it's also on my website as well. So I have 3 places where I hold those videos. And I'm gonna tell you something. I kid you not. You're going to get your better value on Patreon and my website, because you know how I custom week cut people out. What was that, yesterday? So if I get a little too TOS-y, I delete the video. But it's always will be on my website or Patreon, because there's no, I could say, as long as I'm not, breaking the law, I could basically say what I kind of want to say. So the things I said that was definitely TOS-y against YouTube's policies, I just deleted it and I put it on Patreon. So that's why that video isn't there. And I do that. I probably do that once every other month. I'll get triggered, and then because I'm holding a bunch of pent up energy. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I need to let this out. I need to let that out. And I did. And then, of course, when somebody's going to sit here and say they don't feel like they're a part of this earth. And then, of course, you know what I said. You know what I'm saying? I told them, I literally said the words. And I said, and that right there is against, you can't say that on YouTube. So I was like, well, and I don't regret it. Everything I said yesterday... Everything I said yesterday, I stand by it. I'll say it again. A lot of people don't know me. A lot of people saw my deportation videos. They saw my, hold on, the video that's doing really well which is the two libtards getting fired for, the way they treated mega supporters. Those videos. So people see those videos without knowing anything about me, you don't even have to really do that much research about me. All you have to do is just look at my content and you will see what type of person I am. Okay. Oh, we starting off. Who's this? Aza. Tree, I adore you so much. You are a breath of fresh air. Don't ever change a thing much. Don't ever change a thing much. You are a breath of fresh air. Don't ever change. Okay, are you singing to me? Is this a song? Are you singing me a song? Let me see if I can sing it to me. Tree, I adore you so much. You are a breath of fresh air. Don't you ever change a thing much. You are a breath of fresh air. Don't ever change a thing. Oh, it is a song? Okay, I sang it for you. I sang it for you. I don't even know if that's how it goes, but I sang it for you. So anyway, write a song. Who write a song? Anyway, thank you guys so much. And listen, I would like you all to please support me. AdSense has been like doo poo poo lately. I do have a video, and I meant to create it today. I think I would create it anyway. And dude, sometimes I just don't have time that many times a day. I'm sorry. Did I say $5? $5. I'd reduce that. That was £5. Asa, thank you so much for the £5. The pound is stronger than the dollar. What's up, Ray? My bad. So if you guys would like to donate, you can do so through the pinned comment at the top, as well as signing up for my Patreon or signing up for my membership section. You can also gift memberships. It all helps me, okay? It all helps me. It all helps me. Okay, let's get into this. Because I don't want to, unless I'm being showered with donations, I don't want to stay here long. But I want to, guys, did y'all know that there's electric mowers? I looked at this and I said, is that a cord? Is that a cord that, it says poor Gen Z. Dude, Gen Z is, you guys can't see the poor Gen Z part right there. You see right there? Poor Gen Z. Gen Z cooked, dude. They are cooked. Look at this. I looked at this and I said, is that, it looks so crazy because it looked like he's vacuuming, okay? It looks like he's vacuuming the lawn. And so somebody says, watch my boyfriend cut the grass for the first time. The cable is only 10 meters. I don't know what that is in feet. But watch this. This is a fascinating thing to watch. Watch this.
Oh my God. That looks really nice.
Thanks.
The grass looks dead.
The grass does look dead. Like, what? What is the purpose of cutting it if it's going to make it look like is it cutting too low? Who knows about cutting grass? Is he cutting too low? 10 meters, 32 feet. He's doing it. I wouldn't say anything. It looks like he's killing the grass. And you know, he's going forward. He can't even like turn it around because of the damn cord. This is so crazy.
Why are you laughing?
Because it doesn't from up here.
It doesn't?
No.
Oh,
For fuck's sake.
So why doesn't it have that bag on the side of it? Why would you, Lord? And so he got one side of the yard cut and the other side is just, so what you gonna do with that side? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is so ridiculous. Why did he just leave the grass alone? Why you just don't leave the grass alone? Just the side of the grass that's uncut looks the best. It's just, oh my God. Okay. So there's that. All right. Now, let's get into the news. So, the GOP committee, I don't even know how I feel about this because I saw it trending on Twitter about the fact that the something committee at the House rejected Trump's tax cut bill. And it's a very bad thing for those who are on Social Security because there was something within that bill that was going to eliminate tax from elders and their Social Security. It was going to eliminate that completely. And the House decided, no, we want the elderly to be taxed on their Social Security. Like, that's double tax, by the way. I just wanted you to know that's double tax money. And so here we have that. So we have this, and then I have this guy right here who really breaks it down well. So we're going to watch both of this here.
A massive setback for the Trump administration. His so-called big, beautiful tax cut bill failed to make it out of a congressional committee. The Republican-led House Budget Committee did not vote the measure through. A handful of conservatives joined every Democrat in voting against it. Hard-right lawmakers want even steeper cuts to Medicaid and warned the tax cuts would add onto the nation's $36 trillion debt. President Trump wrapped up his trip to the Middle East and trade is on.
That's it? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm looking to see if I can find somebody. Oh, let's look at the Hill. The Hill is neutral. They're pretty.
So we assumed a conservative growth rate and said every dollar above that, where the tax has a cost. And by the way, that's pretty transformational as it is. A Republican saying there are costs to tax policy. And so we said dollar for dollar, we're going to offset that so that we don't just shift the tax cost to another generation, right? Because if you don't pay for things, you're deferring a tax on our children and grandchildren. That's one thing you all, as Democrats, ought to be proud of that we have attempted to do that hasn't been done, I don't know, if ever, on our side and within our conference. Not all tax cuts pay for themselves. And if we want to make a policy permanent, whether it's spending or tax, pay for it over the 10 years. You pay for it over the 10 years. And listen, The tax policies like bonus depreciation, and I could go through the list of those that I think have the greatest impact on the economy. The greatest bang for our buck is to make them permanent and give that kind of business certainty.
Listen, if we don't adopt this amendment, then those of you who say you don't want the Senate to do budgetary tricks, it's going to come back to you with a budgetary trick, because they're already talking about how to do this to extend the tax cuts permanently and get around the reconciliation rule. Yes, this is inside baseball, but these are the things that happen that really hurt the American people. And listen, if current policy baseline becomes a new precedent, then the ranking member and I are going to be very happy to use it when we pass Medicare for all, universal health care for everybody. There's a lot of ways in which this is problematic, and yes, we should have a discussion, but in this moment, your Senate colleagues want to use this budgetary trick, a scam, to tell the American people that this isn't going to cost anything when you know damn well that it is. So I really hope that you vote for this amendment, because I think you're right, Mr. Chairman. It deserves debate, and I'm going to yield to the ranking member if I have any time.
This would be a great bipartisan moment to do the right thing if we unanimously vote for this MTI. And frankly, it would only strengthen the hand of those who want to ensure the current policy baseline doesn't become the new normal. Because mark my words, if this becomes the new precedent, conservative Republicans will live to regret it. I yield back.
Well said. Much of what you said I would associate myself with.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear all. I just only wanted to
Also
hear
new
him.
at 4 o'clock, President Donald Trump's hopes for a big, beautiful spending bill seem to have hit a snag within his own party.
Yeah, that's right. House Republicans failed to push the bill out of the Budget Committee after 5 GOP lawmakers voted against it. CBS News correspondent Scott McFarland joins us now to break down this and some other national headlines this Friday. It has been a busy week. Thank you for being here with us, Scott.
Oh, it's good to be here.
All right, so first up, let's talk about this bill that failed in committee. We know that the president wants to see it through. So why did some of those lawmakers in his own party vote against it?
It was a bit of a surprise that so many Republicans voted against this and really bottled up this priority. He refers to this, the president does, as the big, beautiful bill, which means it incorporates an awful lot of things, but it got very ugly, this beautiful bill today, because there are concerns among some of the more conservative Republicans that the cuts that are being made, the cuts being proposed, controversial as they are, aren't big enough or are just gamesmanship and playing with data and won't actually take effect for many years to come. They want steeper cuts. There's an awful lot of things in here to unpack, but here's 2 bottom lines for folks in the community about what this bill would mean. It extends tax cuts at the end of the year that many people enjoy and want to keep going, but it makes big cuts to services, and the concern here is this is going to cut Medicaid, which could force the closure of some local hospitals. It could force people to have less money in their pocket when they need medical care. That's something that's going to be a big gap to bridge.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Medicaid, right? And that's a big thing that people are concerned about. And I guess people are wondering sort of where are Republicans on this?
They're divided, and that's why some of this is slow out of the starting gates. There are Republicans who say you can't cut Medicaid. That cripples rural areas. It can shutter hospitals, knock doctors out of business, too. Areas. It really hits the very communities that elected Donald Trump. But you can bet for sure it's going to be a volcanic political issue if Medicaid gets touched come 2026. And you got to remember, there are going to be potentially multiple competitive congressional races in Virginia alone.
A lot to talk about now and later. We know you'll be watching this, Scott Forrest. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now that I know about that, okay, I don't need to go further on that one. So more conservative Republicans, you mean the rhinos, so annoyed that they denied sending them back. Oh, is that the next one? Yes, that's the next one. Alito and Clarence Thomas were the only 2 that were on Trump's side. And hey, Thunder Wolf, how you doing? And I have let's see, hold on. The Supreme Court has decided that members of the TDA gang who are well known for arms trafficking, drug trafficking, human trafficking, kidnapping for ransom, R-word, murder, and more, cannot be deported without being given more notice than 24 hours. The absurdity of this is not a reflection of the Supreme Court. It is a reflection of exactly how broken our judicial system is. When we afford criminal gang members who are here illegally any rights whatsoever, we demonstrate exactly how broken we are. These people should have absolutely no rights whatsoever. I agree with that one. None. We should be fully within our power to capture them, put them on an airplane, and send them back wherever we want. If that means opening the door in the middle of the ocean and let I didn't read this. So. If that means ooh, that would be so cool. If that means opening the door in the middle of the ocean and letting them off there, so be it. Furthermore, hold on. This person is cooking. Furthermore, any American who fights for the rights of these people is also an enemy and should go with them. No exceptions. This statement is insanity. The Supreme Court granted a request by Venezuelan nationals seeking to block their removal from the United States. Wow. Wow. Who is this? Who is this? Kron? My goodness. My goodness. I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. I agree with everything he said. Okay, so now that we read that, let's look at the video here.
An hour ago, the Supreme Court rejected the Trump administration's push to use a World War II-era law to deport people to Venezuela. The White House says the deportation process should be sped up against people accused of being gang members. The High Court had already called a temporary halt to the deportations from a North Texas detention facility in a middle-of-the-night order issued last month.
Well, if they're gang members, hold on, let's think outside the box, right? Let's think outside the box. If they're gang members and they don't want to leave, then use them as slaves in the jails. It's legal. It's in the Constitution. Like, straight, see, what has happened, and this is unfortunate, actually. What has happened is that they can't take them into El Salvador because the courts just blocked it. What has happened is, oh, I need to do something about this, is that the, hold on, let me fix this. Okay. What has happened is that the libtards have made it to where jails are very comfortable. So people are not afraid of going to jail anymore. They go to jail, they get internet, they get, decent food. I think we should make jail very, very uncomfortable. First of all, get rid of the internet. Get rid of the internet. Get rid of the contraband. Start doing more strict shakedowns in the cells. Remove all contrabands. Don't make an exception to anybody, regardless of how much power and money they have inside. Okay, and make the food nasty, but it feeds their nutritional need. Okay, so it's not, you don't have to feed people these delicious meals that they serve the children. Just give them the basics that will satisfy their nutritional need, and that could be just bread and soup. Bread and soup every day, and some milk if they want to get if they're not lactose intolerant. There you go. That's all you get to get. That's all you want to get. That's cheap. That'll cut down on the price of the food. Okay, so yeah, I'm just saying, like, why, and also, those who work will get extra privileges. So you want to incentivize I'm gonna just be playing with it, just like you want to incentivize the slave labor. So if they want to get more outside time or they want to get more privileges where they can get to the TV or whatever, then you have to agree to work for 50 cents on the dollar. 50 cents an hour. Sorry, not 50 cents on the dollar. 50 cents an hour. So then get these slave gang members to do that. And if they don't, then they'll be at the bottom of the barrel and they'll be begging for the opportunity to work for 50 cents an hour. 50 cents is too rich for them. True, but you know, we can lower it to what? A quarter? A nickel? So there's that. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. So it's like the jails in America are what these type of people look forward to being in versus the jails in their own home country. So the jails in El Salvador, we already know they're not a pleasant place to be. The jails in Venezuela, the jails in any country in Mexico, in any country in South America, they are wooden nickel. They are not pleasant. They're not a pleasant place. So they come over here and it's like everything is wonderful for them over here. Everything is wonderful. The jails, the welfare, the hotels, the streets, being homeless here or poor here is living the life based upon where they came from. All right, let's move on. What is this? Oh, child. $30 an hour to work in a freaking airport and also the hotel. $30 an hour. Minimum wage. $30 an hour minimum wage to work at a hotel. Hold on, I gotta say it one more time. $30 an hour minimum wage to work in a hotel in the LA airport. I'm like, what? Okay, so I don't know what to say about LA anymore, dude. How can airports afford? I mean, not airports. We know how the airports could afford. How could hotels, especially the small ones, afford to pay their employees $30 an hour? How are you? Now, I want you to understand, everybody gets paid. Well, I'm assuming we're about to watch the news. Everybody gets paid an hour. The lunch lady, the hotel staff. Sorry. And then the cleaning lady. Oh, I know the cleaning lady will be like, I get paid $30 an hour. No, sorry, that's black. I can't speak Spanish. Oh my God, I get paid $30 an hour. I am rich. I am rich. Ay, caramba, I am rich. Dude, $30 an hour. I'm sorry, I'm going to play this again. $30 an hour minimum wage. Okay, I got it on my system. All right, let's play the video.
LA City Council today gave preliminary approval to an increase in the minimum wage for hotel and airport workers. It's a win for local labor leaders who've been calling for a living wage.
How will it affect the local economy? We go live to downtown LA where Fox 11's Laura Diaz has more.
$30 an hour minimum wage.
Laura?
Yeah.
Hold on. Did they not forget what happened when they raised the minimum wage to $15 for these restaurants and eateries? Did they not notice that a lot of these places closed down? Did they forget that? I know I didn't forget that because I cover that type of news. Okay? I cover that type of news. Those eateries where they had to shut down. And so your franchises like your Burger King, McDonald's, Whataburger, and all this other stuff, right? Those people end up reducing the staff, and then instead of having one staff deal with the fries, the other staff deal with the drive-through, they gave 3 different. So they cut down they cut down their staff and then gave each staff more responsibilities. So they used to have one guy to do the janitorial work, clean the bathrooms, clean the hallways, clean the lobby, right? Then they had one person just run the drive-through. Then they had one person just run everything at the counter. Then they had one person just basically deal with the fries or milkshake machine, fix it and this, that, and the other. Then you had people in the back who were just who flipped the burgers or put them in the microwave. I don't know what they do these days. Now they got the person that runs the drive-through is also the one that flipped the burgers too. And the one at the front counter is the one that also cleaned up the lobby. And they still closed down a lot of restaurants. I swear. Let me tell y'all something. Common sense is not common over there in California.
Yes, that all depends if you are the worker trying to make ends meet or you're the business owner trying to keep your doors open. But earlier today, we had this reaction from labor.
I think a lot of our members have been excited for this day and have been waiting for a really long time. We have the Super Bowl coming, we have the Olympics, and a lot of the unrecognized work is done by our members. And I think that this allows the members to feel both empowered but also be able to afford to live in the city that they work.
It's a very busy time, of course, in Los Angeles, and it's about to get busier. But Wednesday, outside of LA City Hall, workers listened intently at the prospect that hotel workers and airport workers in the city could be paid more. Now, today was just a preliminary vote. It calls for boosting the minimum wage incrementally with the goal of reaching $30 an hour by 2028, the year, of course, that we host the LA Olympics. Now, the first increase was set to kick in this July to $22.50.
$22 an hour, mandatory, starting in July. $22 an hour minimum wage starting in July. $22. And then they're going to move up to $30 in the next 2-3 years. Clown world.
50 cents an hour. Some council members say that hotel and airport workers do the heavy lifting and welcoming visitors to the city of Los Angeles, and they think they deserve to be paid more.
No, they don't.
Angelinos that we spoke to favored that proposal. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Well, I feel like if we want people to work in the hotels and work at the airport, we need to pay them a wage so they can afford to live in the city.
Now, the city council voted 12-3 today in favor of that proposal. This is only the first vote. May 23rd, they'll vote on it again. And of course, later on in the broadcast at 10 o'clock, we'll hear the other side, what business people are saying, what this could do to their ability to keep their doors open.
Yeah, they're going to have to shut down. Did they not learn anything from the 15, was it $15 or $20? I can't remember. But so many businesses closed down because of that.
They think it's a very tenuous time in business, and this is just one more thing that they'll have on their plate. Laura Diaz reporting live from downtown LA, sending it back.
Girl, $30 an hour minimum wage. $22 an hour minimum wage starting this July. Holy smokes, dude. 22. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh.
Back to the studio. All right, we'll look forward to that counter voice, because I have read headlines that say that a lot of hotels are saying maybe we won't stay in Los Angeles.
Yeah, don't leave. Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Started with $15 an hour. Yup, that's when it started. Okay, let me get through some more of this stuff here, guys. Okay. Comey has threatened the president of the United States with a coded message, and he put 8647. Now, I didn't think a lot of people would know what an 86 is. Like 86, from my understanding, was 86 was a restaurant term, and anytime somebody make an order or they cancel it, like say for instance they order a Big Mac, some fries, and a strawberry shake, and then they'll ask, is the strawberry shake delicious? I go, ew, no, I wouldn't get it. They'll say, okay, we'll change it to vanilla. And I'll say, yo, 86 that strawberry shake, they want vanilla instead, all right? Or if they just say, I don't want any fries with my, I don't even want no fries with my burger. Like 86 the fries, that's how I learned what 86 is. So it's like getting rid of something. And now you got the crazy left, the intolerant left. All right. Now using it as a dog whistle to assassinate the president.
Richard, I got to go back to what you said, though, that the FBI and the Secret Service still is filled with a lot of rot, because the goal of this administration is to clear out the rot. They want to clear out the rot. They want to make it more efficient, make things more seamless and transparent where possible for the American public. And I know they have dedicated people who want to do this. So your message to them tonight, after this obvious threat against the president's life.
Yeah. The obvious threat to the president's life, they've got to get rid of the senior leadership and management at the FBI and the Secret Service. I don't care if they fire them all and they threaten to sue. You know what? That's why we've got the Department of Justice and we've got Pam Bondi. Let her and her people handle that, but you've got to get these people out of here. There are plenty of people at the lower levels at both of those agencies that are dedicated, that are capable, and that will do the job. Put them in those leadership positions. This has got to stop, and it won't if those people are allowed to stay there.
When we hear that the Secret Service is aware of this, and we don't know, have they actually launched an investigation, you're saying that won't come to fruition in any meaningful way given the current makeup? Is that what you're saying?
I doubt it will. Who are they going to send out there to do this investigation? And what investigation are they going to do? When I was at the Secret Service, if you were a construction worker and you were overheard saying something about the president, regardless of who it was, at least 2 agents were going to pay you a visit, put a report together, and let's see what this is all about. Let's see what happens now. Right? This was clearly, this guy needs to be interviewed, and let's see if they're going to release that to the public. And depending on who they send out, that'll tell me how serious they are.
So Comey deleted the Instagram, right? This is what it is. So they found some seashells and did this 8647. This Instagram post is gone now. It's not up there anymore. He deleted it. But I think Comey he's not gonna be held accountable for this. Disgraced former FBI Director James Comey is under federal investigation for an Instagram post that some interpret as a call to assassinate President Donald Trump. On Thursday, the deep state operative posted a cryptic Instagram photo of seashells arranged to spell out 8647 with the caption that read, "Cool shell formation on my beach walk." So there's that. So then he had this to say on Instagram. I posted earlier a picture of some shells I saw today on the beach walk, which I assume were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to... Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Where is that? I rarely play it. Okay, here we go. Let me redo this all over again. I posted earlier a picture of some seashells I saw today on a beach walk, which I assume were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associated those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind. So I took the post down. You knew what you was doing. He knew what he was doing. Chad, he knew what he was doing. Okay? He knew exactly what he was doing. Oh, Comey is not your homie. Oh, breaking news. Justice Department to announce charges against Demon Rat Representative LaMonica whatever her last name is. Is this a typo? That's really her name? How the hell you say this heifer's name? How do you say her last name? I never seen a name like that. McKeever? Where you see a K at? I don't see no K. Hold on. Where y'all get that K from? Is there a hidden K somewhere? McEver. C is a capital M and a small C is Mac. Hey, Buster. That's an L. Mac liver. Mac liver. Liver and onions. That's not an L. Hey, hold on. You know what? Don't worry. I'm gonna make up a name. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna make up a name. Listen, you got a name I can't pronounce, I'm gonna make it up. Stop telling me now. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna call her Fat Ass. That's her name. LaMonica Fat Ass. That's her name from now on. So, okay, there we go. Nina said that it works. The Justice Department is set to announce charges against Demon Rat Republican LaMonica Fat Ass as early as today, after she assaulted ICE agents at the Delaney Hall ICE facility last Friday. Representative Fat Ass is expected to turn herself in this afternoon. The New Jersey Globe. Now remember, y'all, y'all remember when I read that AOC said, if any more Democrats get arrested, you're gonna have a problem. Remember she said that? If any more Democrats are arrested, you're going to have a problem, Jim. Well, we got another one's going to get arrested. What you going to do now? What you going to do? Not a damn thing. She going to have her, child, please. Whatever. She talking that stuff. Representative Fat Ass. I read that already. Let's see. The Justice Department plans to bring charges against Representative LaMonica Fat Ass following a scuffle with federal immigration agents last week at Newark's Delaney Hall Detention Center. 3 sources speaking on the condition of the anonymity confirmed to the New Jersey Globe. Much is still unknown about the case against the freshman Congresswoman, but interim U.S. Attorney Alina Habba. Okay, could announce charges as early as today. Well, at least I can pronounce that last name. Okay, fat ass may turn herself in this afternoon. The New Jersey Globe learned she'll be represented by Paul Fishman, the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey during the Obama administration. I want to see her turn herself in. I want to see it. So this is her committing. She's in red, by the way. So look at her like throwing bowls. She's throwing them hands.
We got it. We got it.
Okay. All right. So she's about to get arrested. I wonder what was there any more? Oh, okay. Here's. Oh, this is when they. Oh yeah, I remember this video. This is where it shows her pushing. Okay, hold on a second. Let's watch this. I don't understand how we have politicians that act no better than the gutter trash on the streets. You going to jail? She going to jail, chat. She going to jail. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm past. Okay, guys. I went past my hour. Hold on a second. Let me get through these. Hold on. I got one more story. I got several stories, but I'm coming close to my hour. So, jeez. Hold on. What is this? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this, and then I got there's a couple of more stories I had to. I don't have no 5 minutes. I came on at 1:45. Okay, I came on 1:45. I'm past an hour. Thank you very much, Ray. All right, and I only got one super chat. Only one super chat, so you know I'm not gonna stay long. I love Savannah. That's my girl. She's awesome. I adore her, but I adore her even more because she don't take no mess. Okay? She don't take no... Oh, did I come on at 8 o'clock? Oh, Ray, you're right. I did come on 8 o'clock. I didn't come on at 7. You know what, Ray? I apologize. I did come on at 8 o'clock. I don't know why I thought I came on at 7:45. I got 4 more minutes. Thank you, Warren. Anyway, we don't have that many in your face people like her. All right. Yeah, 7:45 was the original time. I forgot I increased it. But I love this. I love when you throw the racism that comes from the Democrats back in their face. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So, I don't know who this is, but you are banned from my. How does it feel waiting 20 minutes to say that, and then you got banned from my channel? But anyway, where does Dave with his where Dave ain't got no super chats, cause Dave is a house cook. Okay, y'all know Dave ain't got no you talking about Dave that's pretending to be a doctor or another Dave? Anyway, I love Savannah, and I had a libtard, okay. I had a libtard try to call her racist, and I got in her ass. I said, I'm sorry. I love racists. Racists are based. Boom, by the way, Savannah is not no damn racist. What the hell? She's being actually racially profiled, and she checked this woman. Anyway, Savannah says, yesterday a white liberal tried to tell me I shouldn't be living in fear of deportation because I have brown skin. It's safe to say that she immediately regretted that decision. I love this though. I love it. Cause I actually do the same thing when someone says, you're a Republican, but you're black. Woo. In my life, I probably had like 4 or 5 women say it. And it's not even white men. It's all these white women. And they all regretted it. I even made one cry. I was in her ass. I was like, what
Nina just tipped $10. Dave, the fake gay doctor, is a cuck.
Thank you, Nina, for $10. And yes, Dave, the fake doctor, is a cuck. We know about him. Thank you for doing the voice of Donald Trump. Guys, if you want to also donate and use the voice of AOC, Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, Kai Cenat, just go to Kick Butt. That's at the top of the chat is pinned at the top of the chat, and you can go and donate through that. To Kick the chat, use the voice like Nina just did. All right, but anyway, I don't like this whole thing. Like my skin tone determines my politics. I hate that. Now I will embarrass anybody who does that. Okay, so here we go. This is so good.
They'll take you too. They don't really care.
Why do you think they're going to take me too?
Because you have brown skin.
That's pretty racist. I'm an American citizen.
Doesn't matter.
So you think I'm going to get deported?
You could.
So this woman right here thinks I'm going to get deported because I'm a brown woman. That's an extremely racist thing to say, ma'am.
No, the racist people are...
No, you're the racist because you just came up to me and said I'm going to get deported because I'm brown. How dare you? How dare you sit here and speak to me because of my skin tone? No, I don't need to be careful. Guess what? I voted for Donald Trump because he's a president of law and order, and I've actually met him. He's very nice. And it's racist like you who stand here and tell me that I'm going to get deported because I'm brown. How dare you? This is the average right liberal right here. How dare you?
How dare I?
Yes, how dare you?
How dare I?
So you're coming up here and you're telling me that I'm going to get deported because I'm brown.
Mass deportation. You're supporting mass deportation.
I'm an American citizen. So yes, I am supporting mass deportation of people who are not American citizens.
I'm Catholic.
Congratulations. Are you an American citizen?
Yeah. None of your business.
So you are an American citizen.
So obviously she is an American citizen. She's losing so much face right now. So now she don't want to be transparent.
Listen, clearly.
None of your
so
business.
I'm not going to get deported. You're not going to get deported. But how dare you stand here and tell me that I'm going to get deported?
Those are true.
So you an American citizen are going to get deported.
Potentially.
How?
Ras Baraka is an American citizen. He was just arrested.
Why was he arrested?
By ICE.
Why was he arrested?
Because he was targeted by ICE.
Because he was charged with trespassing.
You're a very sad individual.
Why?
Because you're trying to take advantage of...
Okay. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say it over and over again for those of you who have kids. I teach my godchildren to profile. And I don't say racially profile. I just say profile. That includes all races, because when they see a white woman like this with blue hair, green hair, yellow hair, orange hair, it don't matter. When they see somebody like this, I say, stay away from these people. I give them a whole list of stereotypes that are true. And I tell them, be careful around these type of people. And you all need to do the same thing. Now, their mama and their daddy don't do that, okay? Because they're white. I'm black, so I teach them how to profile. You know what I'm saying? We go out public, I go, see, okay, and I'll test them. See that woman with the green hair and the flag and the rainbow flag on her shirt? Do you talk to those women, or do you stay away from them? Stranger danger, stranger danger. There you go. We stay away from them. Yeah, that's right. Under no circumstances do you talk to these type of people, unless you're getting paid like Savannah.
Was he arrested?
By ICE.
Why was he arrested?
Because he was targeted by ICE.
Because he was charged with trespassing.
You're a very sad individual.
Why?
Because you're trying to take advantage of real people's pain.
Sweetheart, you are the one with blue hair right now, a whole ass adult standing outside of a detention facility calling people Nazis in 2025.
That's because this is Nazi behavior.
And you don't think that it was racist for your white friend here to come up to me and tell me I was going to get deported because I'm brown?
I don't know that happened.
I love it. Okay? I love it. Okay. Listen, since Nina donated $10, I'm going to stay a little longer, and I'm going to cover this story that I have in the queue here. This was very interesting. Now, we know these people are pretty violent, but to sit up here and say that, hold on, I got to read the story to you. South Carolina trans activist cries as bond is denied after arrest for threatening to kill Representative Nancy Mace. This man is 6'3". He's my height. And I want y'all to know something. These type of men hate women. And therefore, the best way they can get to women is by impersonating a woman. And that way, they feel justified in implementing violence on women. But they know what woman to do this to, and they know what woman not to do this to, right? So this is, I thought to myself, and wait till you hear what he said. I'm going to read what he said, right? Here we go. So let's read everything. Trans activist Samuel T. Kane has been denied bond after being arrested for threatening on social media to assassinate United States Representative Nancy Mace. Kane, who uses the alias Roxy, was booked on Thursday into a Greenville County detention center on the charge of threatening the life of a public official. A post allegedly made on Kane's stated, A post allegedly made by Kane stated in all caps, "I'm going to assassinate Representative Nancy Mace with a gun, and I'm being 100% dead ass." What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? The United States Attorney Office of the District of South Carolina declined to prosecute. Kane, who stands 6'3" and weighs 220 pounds, was taken into custody by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. So, hold on. So the district refused to arrest this person? Oh, let's look at this. I think hold on. Breaking: the 6'3" tall, 220-pound trans activist who threatened to assassinate Nancy Mace was denied bond this morning in Greenville, South Carolina. Samuel Roxy Kane is facing a felony charge of threatening a public official. I receive threats from trans activists and trans people every single day. She sure does. I believe that. Because she basically doesn't want. Listen, Nancy Mace get on my nerves sometimes, but I stand behind her in keeping these men out of the women's bathrooms. Like, when did we just stop protecting women all of a sudden? When did that happen?
Being here, I will tell you, as a mom, this was heartbreaking for me to watch, to see this young man and what he has made his life out to be. As a mom, all I could think about was his family. And as a mom, I stood there and I thought about my kids. My kids live in fear about being killed. My kids live in fear about being murdered. They live in fear about their mom being shot. And that was what was top of mind for me this morning, is that my kids live with that fear. I live with that fear every day as well. I was grateful for the judge for denying bond this morning. This is a serious charge. There should be serious consequences. And it's a serious matter. And it's also illegal. It's a crime. And nobody, whether they're elected or not, should have to live in fear anywhere in the country.
We can take just a few questions, so we've got to get back on the road. How did you feel seeing the person inside?
Well, my first thought was he's huge. I mean, the guy is well over 6 feet, well over 200 pounds. He's twice my size. He's scary.
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. And this is the reason why, and I'm going to say, I said this before and I'll stand by it again. They know what type of woman to go after. And I'm going to say this. You won't see these type of people go into the minority spaces where you have a lot of Latinas and black women. Okay. Because they know that they can go into these certain schools because if you look at where is this happening, this ain't happening at no historical black college. This ain't happening in black ghetto areas or black areas, period. This is not happening there. So for him to threaten Nancy Mace, because Nancy Mace is a frail, when I say frail, I don't mean that as an insult. She's a very thin white woman. Very thin. You think if Jasmine Ratchet, Lord have mercy, forgive me for even saying this, but if you think she was on the Republican side, you think this big old ugly thing, where he at? You think this big old ugly thing right here would threaten to assassinate her? Nope. Just an ugly thing.
I also met his family this morning, who were deeply apologetic, but it's not their fault. I mean, this is this young man's responsibility for his behavior and his threats, that I live in fear every day. My children live in fear. My employees live in fear. This has changed our way of life. And, you know, there should be stringent consequences for that. And I hope that the young man finds God. I hope that he finds his faith. I hope that he finds his way and learns from this experience that we're all human and we deserve to live life not in fear. We don't kill people or threaten to kill people because you disagree with them. It's going to be a tough lesson to learn for this man. But yeah,
that's the word, petite. She's very petite. Yeah, Morgan, here go with these Christians. You need to find God. I'm sorry, did God say I need you guys to find me when he burned down Sodom and Gomorrah? I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. Was there any sympathy given to the people that he burned down? By the way, I'm not mad at the story. I'm just saying, why are y'all having sympathy for people that your God won't even have sympathy for? I'm just asking questions. No, because he would be profiled as a racist. Not if they're all white, he won't.
First thought, I mean, this guy was enormous. And, you know, I'm 5'6", 115 pounds. He's twice my size. It's scary. Looking at him was scary.
Have you faced threats before this time?
I face threats every day. This is the second person this year, but I receive threats from trans activists and trans people every single day. And not a single U.S. attorney in the state of South Carolina, to include U.S. attorney in South Carolina or any U.S. attorney in the country, everyone has refused to take these death threats seriously. And I'm grateful for SLED. I'm grateful for the Capitol Police for following this through, because they know about the fear that I live in. But one day someone's going to pull the trigger, someone's going to get a bullet, and someone's going to die. They tried to kill Donald Trump last year. People that are making threats against public officials should sit in jail. They should suffer the consequences.
How did you hear about this incident? Was it made directly to your face, or I'm just
It was online, and the Capitol Police found it and provided it to my office and my staff and to myself as well, because everyone asked me to go inside immediately and to a safe place, because we didn't know where he was. It was that serious of a threat that law enforcement and my employees were begging me to go inside, and that's when we got patrols.
I hate bad cuts. Why do that? Why? What? Some of these people need to go to video clipping school. Oh my God! Oh. Anyway, so this is what this thing looks like. Well, who is this? Oh, okay. According to sources with knowledge, Samuel Cain was encouraged to transition by his mother, of course. So it is their fault. It is their fault. Let me tell you men something. Hold on. I mean this with all my heart. You all, and it's more men marry liberal women than conservative women marry liberal men. Did y'all know that? So you got these liberal men that sit up here and get these you got these conservative men that sit here and marry liberal women, have a child, all of a sudden the child is born a male, and they'll go, little Johnny loves pink. Little Johnny wants to be a woman. Little Johnny thinks he's in the wrong body. Little Johnny, then all of a sudden you want to talk about how you don't want your child to be transitioned. You lose custody. She divorced your ass. Try to financially R-word you, and then you want to start crying to us about, I can't believe that saved my child. Wait. Who was the one that married the libtard with his eyes wide open? And it's always these liberal women. I don't believe I don't believe in trans children, right? We never had this problem in the past. And these women brainwash them because it's like it's the thing to do. It's like the new. Y'all remember back in when Paris Hilton was the thing, right? Y'all remember that it used to be the thing to have a toy dog in your purse and walk around with your purse with a toy dog in it. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? So, and then that went out of style, right? You try to forget. So now the new style is, I have a trans child. Yes. We decided to stop dead naming her, using her pronouns. Okay? It's also the school and social media doing the brainwashing. I disagree. And let me tell you why I disagree. Because I watch how my best friends raise their children. And I participate whenever I get a chance, right? Parents don't eat dinner with their children anymore, right? And that's your fault. So what you no good parents do is you don't check in with your children. You don't sit down and find out what's going on with their school. You don't look over their homework. You don't go into their bags. You don't go into their school bags and pull out everything and go through everything. You go, Johnny, how was school? Fine, Mom. Okay, honey, to go and play your PlayStation. I got to tell this person on the internet that they're wrong. That's parenting. There's no way in the hell could somebody indoctrinate your child if you was up on their business like you're supposed to. Who was that found? Remember I did the story of how that woman found out that the teacher was having an affair with her 12-year-old son? You know how she found out? She was monitoring his computer. She was looking at everything he was sending on his computer. She kept noticing that somebody in the chat room on his Roblox, I'm going to say that again. She noticed somebody was messaging him on his Roblox and was a little, flirty, sexual. All right? So she did some investigation, come to find out that it was his teacher. Her son was being groomed. Her 12-year-old son was being groomed by a grown-ass woman who's serving 30 years in prison right now. She has been found guilty. 30 years. This many finger years. With the zero, by the way. 30 years. Those of you who think, and I'm not being mean, I promise you, I mean this. I mean this with all my heart and soul. If you think that the school has more authority over what goes into your child's mind than you do, don't have kids. Don't have kids. I don't know how many times I got to tell people, everybody can't be a parent. Okay? Everybody can't be a parent. And if you the kind of person that put a school, saying that a school can indoctrinate your child over than you do, then you just suck as a parent. I mean, hold on. Let me take it racial, okay? Y'all know in the hood, right? Y'all know in the hood that not all, but most black parents teach slavery, reparations, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd is an angel, St. George Floyd, cops are bad, this, that, and the other. Now, black parents teach this crap to their children. You think the school system can take that out of their head? Come on now. Come on. You can't be that stupid. You think that if these kids go to a school where they say all lives matter, George Floyd died of fentanyl, Derek Chauvin did nothing wrong. Okay, do you think, what was the other stuff I said? What was the other stuff I said? Black Lives Matter, George Floyd. It doesn't matter, right? Oh, reparations. if the school teach them blacks today don't deserve reparations because most of them are not descendants of slaves. They can't even prove they don't even have the paperwork. And also, what happened is nobody today has ever been a slave. Nothing that the school system is going to teach is going to take that away out of their psyche. That's just silly. So if you think that all of that victim mentality, all of that the white man is bad, black people never do no wrong, Black Lives Matter, all of that has been taught throughout their childhood. All of that has been taught by their single baby mama and whatever stepdaddy comes in and out of the daggone mama's life, right? If you think that all of that conditioning is going to be undone by the school system, really? Okay. My kids used to say, "Why are you always in my business?" I said, "I am a stay-at-home mom. Everything about you is my business." You know what you say to them, Olivia, so that they can basically grow up and be independent? Say, "Until you learn how to pay for your own rent, your own food, your own transportation, you are do what I say." Honey, I kept hearing that. I kept hearing that all my life with my daddy. My father was so strict. He said, "I pay the rent here. I pay the rent." And then when I got a job, I still had to pay a little bit of money for the rent. He's teaching me. By the way, I don't regret that, by the way, but he's teaching me responsibilities. Girl, I couldn't wait to get the hell out of that house. I couldn't wait to. Oh yeah, I couldn't wait to get the hell. Listen, I don't regret it. Hold on. Let's be clear. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining because of that, I moved out at the age of 19 and I never came back. It was so, let me tell you something. You know how sometimes you guys hear about people, maybe you have done this, where you leave the house, but then you have some financial setback, you lost a job, whatever, you go back and live with your parents? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Because I was told no matter what my age is, if I ever came back under any circumstances whatsoever, I still got a curfew. I still got to abide by their rules, everything. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. They would complain if that happened. So it's just complaining. Y'all act like y'all not used to people complaining. They are grown. My daughter is a scientist, and my son is a pest control on his way to opening his own company. All right, girl. It would take more than school system to undo that condition. It's facts. So I'm just saying, like, I have to turn it to, because you guys underestimate the power that you have as parents. I don't. I'm only the stepmom. I mean, not stepmom. I'm only the godmom. I'm only the godmom, and I got power over my godchildren. So I'm just saying, like, we give them a lot of attention. They know they can come to us. It's like, boom. You know what I'm saying? We are always there. But a lot of parents are not doing their parental duties of being in your child's business, constantly finding out what's going on. And that's why how are you to find out if your child is being bullied, if your child is depressed, if your child is going through something? You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to talk to. And if you ain't there, they're going to talk to somebody like a predator online. Because predators love when kids got problems and they can't talk to their parents because the parents are somewhere on the internet or outside or whatever the hell they're doing. And they'll go, "Well, you could talk to me. I'll understand. I know your mom is too busy, but that's okay. I'm here for you." And you're setting your child up to be taken advantage of by a predator. Because a lot of these kids want to be seen. A lot of these kids want to be seen, and a lot of these kids want someone to listen to them. Okay, let me finish reading this. Her parents are his parents are divorced, and Kane's father, who is in a wheelchair, apologized to the Congresswoman Nancy Mace over his son's conduct. Kane's mother cried when her son was denied bond. According to one source, she has a much younger daughter who is also trans-identified. No. This libtard purposely got, and no, okay, hold on, I'm about to say something. It's going to be as if I'm insensitive, but I'm a qualify. So just let me walk through it for us, okay? Before I say it, after I say it, don't get triggered. Let me walk through it, okay? Let me walk through it. So this libtard woman purposely got herself a man who is limited. She got a wheelchair-bound man who is limited in his power and reach, so that she can stay in full control, because believe it or not, when you're in a wheelchair, you have to be dependent upon at least one person. So she got a man that cannot enact his authority. All right. So what could he do to stop this? What could he do to stop this woman from transitioning every child she had? So she took her son and said, "Oh, you're a girl." Took her daughter and now saying, "You're a boy." Two kids and both of them trans, that's not a coincidence. That's not. And then the husband can't do nothing because he's dependent upon her too. This is an evil woman. An evil woman. What else is this saying? Okay, that's about it. All right. And last but not least, my boy Harry. My boy Harry. Okay, this is my last video. Look, y'all. Harry is going to prove me right again. By the way, I saw a good 20 seconds of this. Harry dipped low. He do the dipping low, y'all. Y'all know I love when he dipped low, right? Y'all know I love when he start dipping low. So Harry is free to do what he wants to do in front of men, okay? But when Harry is around that blonde woman, he is so boring. He is so contained. And I don't know what that blonde woman be doing to our Harry. I don't know what she be doing to him. But when he in front of her, and if you guys have been part of my streams, you have seen the evidence. When he in front of her, he can't dip it low. He can't go, woo! He can't do any of that, right? He's just so contained and everything like that. And I go, what's she doing to the Harry? What is she doing to our Harry? But whenever he's in front of this man or any man, okay, whenever Harry's in front of any man, Harry start bending down. He start punching up in the air. He start doing like the Cabbage Patch and everything. Like, he started doing all kinds of, he's just so animated and so fun to watch. His voice go up and down. It's just exciting to watch him. The best thing that ever happened to CNN. Just as long as he around that blonde woman, though. Keep him away from that blonde woman. Because every time he around her, I don't know, maybe she be spanking him before the show airs or something. When they cut to commercial, she abused him or something. I don't know what it is. But I hope Harry don't ever be around her ever again. Amen. All right, here we go. Let's watch this.
I think it's time for a bit of a reality check, right? We were going to late April. Donald Trump's approval rating, his net approval seemed to be falling. He seemed to be adios amigos. People were writing his political obituary. He is rising from the dead. Look at this. Hello, Trump's net approval rating among voters. This is the Reuters Ipsos polling. Look at this. In late April, he was 8 points underwater. But look at where he was in the most recent poll among voters. He's up 7 points to a -1 point net favorability rating. This is not the picture that I think a lot of people were thinking that we would be painting in late April. I think a lot of people expected his approval rating to keep dropping, but at least according to Reuters Ipsos, it's in fact rising.
Put this then in a larger perspective, Harry.
Yeah, okay. So, this is just one poll, right? But let's take a look across an aggregate of polls. What are we seeing here? And I want to compare both to where Donald Trump is now versus where he was in late April, as well as where he was at this point in term number one. What you see is at -6 points, he is a little bit worse off than he is in the Ipsos Reuters polling, but he is considerably better than he was in late April when he was 9 points underwater. And more than that, look at this. He's nearly 10 points better than he was back in May 16th of 2017 in his first term. So what we see is Donald Trump's not just doing better than he was doing in late April of 2025. He's doing considerably better than he was doing at this point in term number one, about 10.
He did way better than Pooper Pants Joe Biden, too.
10 points better than he was doing at this point in term number one.
In a vacuum, -6 isn't good, but in Trumpian terms, against himself, it's actually a pretty good position for him to be in politically compared to himself.
Exactly right. This is considerably higher than he has traditionally been.
So the big question here is why, Harry? Why did it bottom out? Why might it be rising?
Okay, why? Well, take a look at the chance of a recession. It's actually falling. The chance of a recession is falling. In late April, it was 60% according to J.P. Morgan. Look at where it is now. It's less than 50%. How about Goldman Sachs? You see the same thing. 45%, now falling to 35%. The bottom line is, it is the economy, the economy, the economy. As the chance of a recession has fallen, as the trade wars have kind of collapsed a little bit, at least with China, Trump trying to make a deal, we do see that I do think that the voters are responding to this, and therefore we're seeing Trump's approval rating going up.
The tariffs were really hurting him, and he backed off, and it may be helping him politically now.
Sometimes Donald Trump has some pretty good political instincts.
Harry, thank you very much.
Yay, Harry! Woo! Yay, Harry! Hey, Harry! I love watching him, except when he's around that blonde lady. I don't like watching him then. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to read the chat a little bit, and then I'm going to sign off. More like the tariffs threat produced results. It did, Ray. Trump is winning on the tariffs. That's the reason why the Democrats stopped talking about it. Those polls are stupid. I'm not a poll person. After 2016, I stopped paying attention to the polls. Okay? I stopped paying attention to the polls. But because you all still pay attention to the polls, you know what I'm saying? That's why polls are still relevant. But I only watch this for Harry. I don't watch it for nothing else. I don't watch it for anything else but to watch Harry. And because it makes you... Because he's so excited, it makes me excited. I just love watching people have fun with their job. So, polls are always flawed because they didn't ask everyone. Okay. Too many people are brainwashed by this crap. That's right, Robert. Okay. Excuse me. When it comes to mainstream media, I doubt they ask anymore. I don't really. Take what you can from mainstream media. What's up, Cornelia? With a grain of salt. What is your first impression of the new Pope? Libtard or man? I don't care. I'm not religious. I don't care what the Pope says. The Pope can say, okay, everybody must have get mask on and latex outfits, and I don't care. Because the Pope don't have anything that, like, the Pope has no power over my life, so I don't care about him. So, So that's the reason why I don't. Redheads are black now. And that's always, yeah, the redheads been blackwashed for a while now. That's been going on for what, the last 7 years of redheads getting blackwashed. I am very spiritual, Mega. Actually, I am. I'm not and I'm glad you asked that because I am very, very spiritual. I'm just not religious. I'm extremely spiritual. So, okay. I agree. Man wrote it down. I agree. Man wrote it down. It's facts. So, I am like the feminine power. I'm all about that. And then I understand how we went through polythesis. No, is that polydeity to now a monodeity? And I'm like, what? But I understand how things worked. So can't go back. So there's that. All right, guys. So with that being said, I will have that video up tomorrow. I had a lot of things to do today. So it's a video. Oh, did I say it right, Ray? Polytheistic. So I said it right because I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. And I was like, polytheistic. I thought. So I was like, maybe I should just say polydeity versus monodeity. I did it right. Yay! I had to correct myself because I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm saying that word right. Polytheism. Yeah. So we went from polytheism to monotheism. And I got off the monotheism train. Oh, okay, girl, all right there tomorrow. I hear you, girl. I hear you. Alexi in my camp too. So there's that. Hindus and Greeks and hold on, there's another polytheistic group. Greeks. Vikings. My ancestors. Well, one of my ancestors. All right. So the Vikings, the Hindus, and the Greeks, Romans were Catholics. Jainism, I don't know what that is. Yeah, the Egyptians, that's a good one. I married a little country boy had no idea what he was getting himself into when he married the Detroit girl. Native Americans, very good, Kelly. I forgot about the very good. Yes. Okay, so ancient Rome absorbed the Greek gods. Yeah. I gotta go research that though, Ray. I gotta find out when did they start getting into the Catholicism, part of it. Scientology is not a religion. Scientology is a cult. So there's that. All right, guys. Gotta go. Love you all. I will see you in the comments tomorrow. I will have a video out tomorrow, okay? All right, so there's that. Love ya. Bye. Mean it. Bye.